Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I have come across this design which is actually saying it's sidebar plus icons. So the whole idea behind this design might be that there is a sidebar, and when you press somewhere here a back button sort of, or a close button sort of, it becomes minimized and you can click on this and the subsequent screen will change accordingly. So since in Flutter SDK we have navigation drawer, so we will be going with navigation drawer, or we can directly attach it to the whole screen and take it as a sidebar. So this is the video that I am doing now. So let's start coding. So I already have this app bar, and app is looking like this right now, which has a title of this drawer sidebar. So yeah, so let's add the body. Okay, let the body be, let's add the drawer. So we will be creating a collapsing navigation drawer widget, which will which will be a standalone widget, which can be used as like this, or it can be used directly in the body like this. So you can directly use like this, and wrap this widget inside. I would say you can wrap it inside a stack or a row, so that the sidebar comes here and whole remaining layout comes here. Okay. So right now it's for drawer. Let's create this class in our common widgets folder, commons, and let's create this. I would say this should be stateful, because you know we have to give some animation. So when I click on back button here, which is not there right now, but I will put it. When I click on back button here, it should animate down to this width. Okay, so that's why we'll need animation controller here. Now inside this container, what we can have is we can directly have a column. Okay, and can have list view dot builder, which will have some items, right? And it will have a counter, right? And then you can, I would say you can return a collapsing list style. Okay, why I am creating my own list style? Because the default list style has extra paddings and margins, and here already it's a very less space for the mobile screens, so I would not like to have much padding. So that's why I have created my own, and I will be creating here. Okay, so yeah, now this should have, you know as per the design, this is having a icon and the title only. Second thing, third thing will be whether it is selected or not, and yeah, and which part is selected. So we have to give those things as well. Right now we will go with title, and we will go with icon. Okay, so icon also can be given, actually it's a builder. So what we need to do is we have to have a list of I would say list of navigation items. So let's create a model first. Okay, and so that model will be there in a list. So we will have a navigation model class. Okay, which will have title and icon data, right? This can be imported from material, and then we will have a list, right, of navigation model, which will be called as navigation items. And in this we can actually add multiple navigation models. So right, like this, and now we can create multiple navigation models. So our title will be, first is dashboard, icon will be icons dot chart. Yeah, okay, Then second will be, we have 5 items here. So errors, search, notifications, and settings. Errors, search, and settings. So in settings we have this icon. For notifications also we have icon. For search as well, and for errors. Okay, we can have cross. We do have. So let us take errors itself. No issues with that. So this is our navigations item. Now we can add. Okay, so we can add here navigation items counter dot. So let's import this first, right, and add the title, then navigation items counter dot icon. Okay, now we need to create the list item first. Let's create it in the commons again. So collapsing list title. Okay, import material stateful again, because this will also be used for animations, so that's why collapsing right. Now okay, oh sorry, there is a spelling mistake. Okay, this will be very simple. So it is just a row and it has children. So first will be icon, I would say. Okay, before that we need to have a constructor as well. Collapsing list tile, sorry, and this will have title icon. So, and these both are required right now. Okay, let's have these two fields. Right, all errors are gone. Now let's add two things here. So first will be our icon, which will have simply icon, and also the color should be colors dot. Okay, so colors dot white 30, right, and this should be widget dot icon, right. Then we will have a small size box. Size box will have 10 size of it, so that there is a space between icon and the title. Then we will have text. Okay, and text will be widget dot title. Simple. Let's see how it looks if it runs properly. Let's import it here, and let's see here as well. So all the errors are gone. Let's see if it runs. Okay, nothing is there because it takes complete height. So you have to give some width to this whole drawer. So let's wrap it in a container and let's give it a width of 250. And we will do one more thing here. We will take, I would say, a max width. Okay, because this is the max width of the drawer and there will be a min width. Okay, it can be 70. So when our drawer is smaller in size, its width will be 70. If it's full in size, it will be 250. I mean to say, this is 250 and this is 70. Okay, I think I am clear. So let's add the width here. Is this okay? There is some issue. Okay, so it's a column. Oh, sorry. Okay, let's run it. And oh, again it's an issue. Let me give some background as well, so that we can see how much is the drawer. Okay, so the error is, as you can see here, it will be we have to wrap it in expanded widget. Okay, because it says that there is an unbounded height, so we have to put it under some we have to say that this will take whole space. Okay, after that we also missed one thing. We have to give item count here to this list view, which will be our navigation items dot length. Okay, now let's run it and check how much it is visible. Okay, so we have 5 icons. They are very stick together. So let's add some padding, some sizes. For that, let me create I would say a themes.dart file, which I also created in my previous video. So this is the content of that file right now. So this is for list style, default text style when it is not selected, right? So when it is not selected, this text color is white 70, and when it's bold, and when it is selected, its color is white. So as you can see here, it's a little bit off white, and here it's complete white. Okay, then in when the list item is selected, we have this color coming when the item is selected. So selected color is slightly blue, and there is a drawer background color as well, this color. So we will be giving a background color to our drawer. Okay, let's do everything. And this is our drawer. Let's add a color to it, so it will be drawer background color, right? Okay, so after doing this complete layout, I will be adding a back button here. So let's do it right now. After this expanded, we will have an icon, and that will be icon dot, say, left arrow. That would be sufficient, and its color will be white right now. Okay, yeah, and size can be 50, as this have to be a little bit more in size. Now let's go to the every list item of our widget, and let's add size. So it will be 38, and you can take any size based on your designs. And here style will be, I would say, recent. Now it will be default one, because we have not added any code for when it is selected or when it is not selected. Okay, so let's add it here, right? And let's import it. Now let's try and run it. So this is the thing. It looks like this. It is good, but we will need to have some padding and margin. So let's add I would say, yeah, first of all, one more thing we left is we have to have these two things as well. I'm telling about these two things in this demo. I am not showing this one because, you know, it's already been shown here, and this is just a demo for sidebar and navigation drawer. So not giving much attention to this thing, because I have already done this in my flight list app. You can watch it. Okay, so yeah, I will be drawing this, not this. So let's quickly do that as well. Let's add a container, or we can say collapsing, similar thing, very similar to this. Okay, let's add it. And since we don't have any icon, so we will be using icons dot person. So this will be sufficient here, and now and name also. So yeah, that's it, that is it. Okay, so okay, this will be okay now. Fine. So yeah, let's add some margin. So we will be putting it in a container which has margin and padding both. Now as you can see here, it's completely stick here, so we need margin. Okay, so horizontal will be 8, and vertical can be also 8, right? So there is a gap in between these two. Let's check how much gap. Okay, so there is a good gap here, and this has gone at the top. So what we can do is we can add a sized box, which sorry, sized box height 50. That would be okay. Yeah, so it has come down pretty nicely. Okay, so and here also we need some specific gap, so that this back icon is not affected by the notches right now coming in each phone. So this is our icon, and on click of this we will collapse it. And so yeah, uh, we can also add some. Okay, let's do the animation now. Okay, so when I click on this, I need to collapse it, right? Okay, so let's start. Then we will do the rest of the things later on. They are very trivial things, no issues in that. So on click of this icon, first of all, let's wrap it inside Inkwell so that we have the click listener for that. Okay, and then we have to do something. Okay, let's see what we can do here. So first we need to have whether this layout is collapsed or not. So initially it is not collapsed. Okay, and then on click of this we can make it is collapsed is equals to not is collapsed, so that this is a toggle type of thing. Okay, now we need to add a single ticker. Okay, for animation we have to do that, and we can add animation controller. Right, now we can have init state as well, and we can initialize this. Okay, so for your sake I am right now taking duration as a bit longer, so 3000, right, so that you can understand it. And then we will be playing with the, I think you are getting the idea, we will be playing with the animation, width animation. Okay, so I will be changing the width of this complete thing to 70. Okay, so first of all, let's add a let's initialize a width animation with our twin of double type. Let's not forget that it caused some issues earlier on in my previous videos. So and end will be minimum width. Okay, dot animate, and you can do animation controller here. Yeah, this is okay. Now what we need to do is we need to pass with animation dot value here, so that whenever this animation starts, this value will change accordingly, right? And now let's come back to set state. So this set state, what it will do, it will change the state of that. And we also have to, if it is collapsed, we need to run this in forward direction, means 250 to 70 or 70 to 250. So we need to run it in reverse direction, dot reverse, right? And here you can do forward. So when it is not collapsed, you can run it in forward direction. Okay, so I think let's check if it works in this thing. It's just based on your confidence that you can do it. So let's check it how it works. And yeah, let's run it. Okay, so I am clicking on this, and there is some animation happening, but it's not an animation. So why it is sometimes it's like this? So it's completely a very wrong thing. So there are some bugs here. So first of all, I would suggest, and it's a good practice to move it out. Okay, and use animation builder. Okay, because your layout is not static, it's built using animation. So that's why you need to have a animation controller. This will have context and widget. Okay, this yeah, so we need to return something here, right? Or we can do like this. Okay, get widget, and pass these two things. Now let's create a method which will give us this widget which we copied. So we will return here, right? Yeah, and let's use these two parameters that were passed, so that there is no error as well. This is the structure of animated builder. Nothing much fancy here, only you have to take a whole your container out of this. Okay, and second thing, since we have to give a width to this container as well, because you know if this container size is more than the parent, it will show this type of error, render flow exceptions. So you need to have same width, uh, calculative same width of this thing. So what we can do is we can pass a animation controller here as well, so that we animate this thing. And as you can see, when we collapse it, this text is not gone, which should be gone. These are all part of animations. So we need to give a animation controller here, okay, and pass in that. Let's have some variable there which takes this animation controller here. So we are not initializing it again here, but we are using the previously initialized animation controller, okay. And this is a warning that you cannot have underscore when you are using this type of variables, right? So again, let's create one animation like we created there. So this is also width animation, which will have, this is width animation is for the width of this thing, okay, this complete thing. Animation, okay, let's initialize it in its state. Similar, very much similar, no issues in that. So I can just copy it from there here, okay. There is no rocket science involved here, okay. And since this is also not known, so what you can do is, I think you can import it, okay. If you can't, then you can hard code right now here, or you can put it somewhere globally so that you can use these two things everywhere. And this is our animation, okay, widget dot animation controller, okay. So this width animation is there. Now we can change the width uh, when the animation starts, okay. So yeah, let's run it. How this behaves, let's see how this behaves now. So there is error definitely. Okay, we have this value was called a null, so let's check it out, what is the issue, okay. Let me just stop it and run it again. Are we passing it here? Yes, we are passing it here, but we are not passing it here, so this will cause a issue, right? Let's run it. So whenever you are using a collapsing list title, it should have a controller. Now this is the mandate, so what we can do is we can add this also as required, right? Okay, so we never miss out on these details. Now it's opening like this. When I click on this, see the animation. Okay, no worries, no worries, be calm. There is nothing wrong here. Our navigation drawer is animating, and when I click outside, it goes inside. There is no issues because it's a drawer. This can happen, okay. As we did in between of the animation, so this type of error came, but if we are patient enough, we can see the animation, okay. Well, I can end the video here, but no, I want to fix the error of this because there is a calculation mistake definitely. And also we can see here, see, you know, when you should decide this text should not be shown, this text should not be shown when it cannot be shown while collapsing, okay. So we can do like this, um okay, we can I would say if, okay, let's add a condition, width animation dot value is greater than equals to 220, then only show this, otherwise return a normal container widget, okay. So okay, this is better understanding. So if this condition is true, this text will be shown, otherwise container will be shown. Let's see if it works. So when I click here, see the text gone, okay, and the error also gone. So it was error because text was still there and it required more width, but we restricted the width, okay. So this was the issue. Again there is some issue, there is a sized box. So what we can do is we can also remove this size box. So let's create another animation which will okay, sized box animation, which will actually move from 10 to 0, right? Sized box. Okay, so here also we can change the value of this size box animation. It will change from 10 to 0. Okay, let's see. It will be almost done then. There will be no issue. See, it's gone. Yeah, it looks good. But again, there is something. I would say there is still some space here. So let's check how much is the space. Okay, so it's okay. I would say this width is more. Okay, okay. So no problem with that. We can take it as 60. Okay, it will come to this 60 and minimum also 60. Right now it's proper. Now what we need to do is we need to animate this icon as well, because when we click, and now I will also reduce the duration because it's too much that I have shown the animation. So let's do it quickly. Animated icon, and here you can use animated icon dot. Okay, I am see we don't have right now, so we can use close menu because initially it's okay. What other issue? Okay, so icon will be this and progress will be our animation controller, right? See, we don't have any animation built in right now which changes this this arrow icon to this arrow icon. That's why right now it is working like this. Okay, so if animation is more slower, you can actually see a very quick animation and you won't be bothering about uh, this type of text closing. Okay, it's perfectly fine. This is the animation here. Now I would like to tell you one thing here, that you know, do you still believe that this pattern is good? You have navigation drawer and you cannot do anything here. Means this is completely useless to have a sidebar because you just touch here and the navigation drawer will be closed when you call navigator.pop. So I have thought of an idea because it's also a title that it's a sidebar. So let's do in that way. I thought of an idea. Let's remove this drawer. Just copy this. Let's remove the drawer. Okay, and run it. So you have this thing, and yeah, let me just add a color to it. Sorry. So background color will be our I would say this drawer background color. Okay, right? Okay, so it looks like this. Okay, no problem. Now let's add a body, and let's take a stack. Two children. First will be this. It will be on top of. So there will be another container which will have color dot colors dot red. Okay. Okay. So let's see. Now can you see? Now what will happen if you select any of this? You are still able to interact here, and on clicking on this as well. This is not going. So this is the benefit of using sidebar instead of navigation drawer. Now there is elevation which also can be removed. This is the whole concept that I was very willing to share with you guys, and yeah, there are some things which are still remaining here. So if you wish, you can still continue, and I am going to show you a divider here. I'm going to show you a selected how this will look when it is selected. So let's jump into that directly, and I will not speak much. I will just do it. Okay. Yep. So I will make it as separated because I need separation, and there is two things. One is a separator builder, which also takes context and counter, right? Now I read in the documentation counter will vary because it will be counter -1. It will be navigation items dot length -1 for separator builder, and it will be navigation items dot length for item builder. So you need to be aware of that using a divider. Color as my colors dot gray and height 40. Just taking a good value so that there is a difference, specific difference. Okay, and now you don't need the size box because we are using this container inside below this app bar. Earlier we were using on top of this. So, and you can see I have taken this complete out. I mean, this has nothing to do with collapsing navigation draw. So this can be taken out and it's completely a standalone thing. Okay, so this is for the dividers. Now since I added a divider, I need not have vertical margin for my list tile. So I will remove this and that is it. Right. I would like to add some padding. Okay, and I actually did something wrong. So it should be 12 because it's a divider in between of these, and I should add a divider here. And there will be no color here. I just messed up two dividers. So this can be 40. So this divider will jump here, and rest of the dividers will be here in between of this. Let's run it. Okay, you can see it. Okay, now this error has come by because I added some padding here. So the overall width of this complete list tile increased. So back to 70. And let's see if it is okay. No, it is still some 10 pixels issues. Now it might be fixed. Okay, it's not fixed, so it is 10 pixel issue. Okay, so we need to do it here as well. Might be the 70 will work. Yeah, it worked, so we can do 70 here as well. Let's run and check it. Okay, fine. Yeah, it looks good. So you can also reduce little bit height, no issues. You can do width, sorry, you can do 220 and 220 here as well, so that it's more collapsed and you can see more items. Now you can work like this. So second thing is you need to have a right now selected thing. Okay, so let's do it quickly, very quickly. And okay, so we have to add on tap. First of all, there will be a on tap method, or we can directly do something on tap. Right, there should be is selected variable as well. Right, this variable will be okay. So is selected will be my correct okay, so int current selected index equals to 0. Right now it will be the first element will be selected. So if counter is equal to this, it will be marked as selected. Now we have to do two things here. First will be is selected, which will be a boolean. Third will be our final function, which will be on tap. Right, now we need to add this dot is selected and this dot on tap. Right, now we need to make it clickable, so let's wrap it in inside inkwell. Okay, and I would not required here, just call that method widget dot on tap. Right, and you need to do some coloring. So okay, So let's color the text. If it is selected, if widget dot is selected, will have list a title selected style. Otherwise we will have list title default text style. Okay, I hope you understand this. Similarly for this icon, widget dot is selected, it will be our selected color, which is which is this bluish. Okay, otherwise it will be white 30. Okay, so we are done with this. Yeah, there will be a background for this. Okay, so there is a decoration. You know which background I'm talking about? I'm talking about this background when it is selected. So let's do it very quickly. This is a common stuff that we have already done in many of the videos, so it is nothing to be explained here. Let's add 16. It's a bit roundy. And so color will be, if okay, widget dot is selected, so colors dot transparent with opacity 0.3. Now this is a very good thing. There is opacity for transparent color as well, which is very weird, but it works. Okay, let's run it and you will see the difference. The boolean expression must not be null, which is actually how you can deal with it. You can actually make a default of it. So initially everything is not selected, right? So now this dashboard is selected. When I click on this, nothing is happening, so we need to change. And see this, it's look brilliant. Okay, now when I click on I would say on this any items, so I have to make this was clickable already. So if I okay, yeah, so let me do it. Yeah, so when I do something here, I need to set the state and selected index will become my counter, right? Let's see the magic. Okay, brilliant. It's look very nice. Now you need to change something here as well. So for that, definitely you need to change into the body. So that is trivial. Okay, now you would say that there is no elevation here, so you can also wrap it inside another widget called material. So you can add a elevation of 8 so that it looks like it's on top of this screen. If you're not able to see it, I would make this color as white, and then probably you are able to see the elevation. If still you're not able to see it, let me do it like this. So you can see the elevation. There is some elevation, so it has come on top of it. Also this is on top of this stack, so it's the topmost layer. So let's make this color something so that I can, it's not good. Okay, I will do that color, that's not an issue, but I have shown you this elevation and it looks when it is okay. So yeah guys, that's it for the video, and I hope you are liking my content. Please suggest me what else do you want to see. I will be working on some animations and block patterns. Some of you have asked you want to get a block from starting from scratch, so I will work on that. Yeah, I think this is the end of the video. Please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button if you're liking the content, show some love by supporting the channel and sharing it with your friends or colleagues, and help them to learn Flutter. And yeah, so this is the color that I finalized. That's it guys.